It is a very painful thing to remember Asaba massacre. Asaba massacre, second hearing. A lot of Nigerians don't know what happened. 7th October 1967, a lot of atrocities happened in the land of Asaba. Nigerian soldiers committed a lot of atrocities.
That is goodbye till we meet no more.
During Biafra war, Nigerian soldiers gathered all the male child and adult in Asaba and massacred them all. They killed many people. They killed both to adults, all the male child for inside Asaba.
1970, Anya Biakaide Zutande Aya, Nigeria. Diabulegu. Anya Maronobo, a game of death, Kaibanimia.
In remembrance of Asaba massacre, on the 7th October 2022, we be sit at home in entire Biafra land. On that day, it is expected that all schools, all markets, all churches, all banks will shut down for the remembrance of Asaba massacre. Anybody will hear my voice, making talk to a brother, making talk to a sister, making one in children, making one everybody, where they close to them. This order is coming from Biafra spokesperson Simon Epa. Asina, Nti Adahari, Ebobisi, Isesoroya, it means any ear, when the year water, as they cut to head, as they go cut ear, full on.
They open fire. Papa, where will you go? Machine gun, that will be our people. And they were slaughtered in thousands.
Welcome. Please share the video as you come. Like and share.
me to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nani Kebine Ligwe, Kahagedin song, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. Only that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you, to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwuabiama, believe we're whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come. that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isob. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining me on my broadcast today.
Welcome. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, for joining me wherever you are joining from. I appreciate every one of you that have connected to this very program, any place you are joining from. My brother, Van Maxwell, I can see you there, my beloved brother, Maxwell. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you, my brother. Every other person that is watching out there on the background, those I will call their name, those I never call their name, I appreciate every one of you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of you. Any place you are watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you, strengthen you, give you more zeal and strength to continue to fight on. Thank you so much for joining. I've come once again, as usual, to encourage my fellow Biafrans and continue to speak up for the time that we are in and the situation that we are in. As a reminder to call your attention to the time so that you don't lose information. To call your attention so that you don't get distracted from what we are pursuing. Because we know that the enemy that we are up against is not sleeping. The devil has come to steal and to destroy. Uzamaka, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every single one of you who have connected. Please, as you join the broadcast, kindly share. Share the broadcast in your own platform. Share the broadcast in your platform. Share to family and friends. Share it any place you belong and click like. As you are liking the video, you are equally inviting people. As you are liking the video, you are creating attraction to other people to join. So as you join the broadcast, please kindly like the broadcast so that we can be able to attract them. Share on your own page, any place you belong, any page you are using, please, in your WhatsApp group, in any group you belong, your family and friends, share to them. Information is key. At this critical point in time, this is the time that we cannot keep silent. This is the time we will not leave any stone unturned. This is the time we must not play with any information. And as usual, I am here to encourage you, to give you the little I have. Nobody knows it all. I don't have all the knowledge. I don't have all the wisdom. None of us have it all. We have to put our heads together to find a solution. We have to put our heads together to solve the problem. The state that we are now, we have to put our heads together. It's a time that every one of us will come together. And tomorrow, being a day that we have been talking about, I have been playing the jingle advertising the sit at home of the Asaba massacre. Finally, here it is. It is tomorrow. Tomorrow is a special day. Tomorrow is a special day. A day we remember some of us who have died, our people who have died in the hand of the Zoological Republic, our people who have been massacred, our people who have been killed, innocent people who their life were taken away from them, not because they were fighting, not because they committed a crime, but because they are Biafra. That is why they lost their life. And tomorrow we are remembering them. Tomorrow is a special day. It's a very special day tomorrow, and it's a total lockdown in Biafra land. A total lockdown in every side of Biafra is a total lockdown in the whole of Biafra land. And I must tell you, you must wake up to the occasion. Every Biafran must wake up to the occasion. More especially our Biafran brothers who are in Nigeria, our Biafran brothers who are in Biafra land. I appreciate every one of you. Each time I give my prayers to you, and I appreciate you a lot. Our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, you are doing marvelously well. Lillian Godwins, thank you so much for joining. You are doing so well. You are doing so well. I appreciate every one of you that is joining from Biafra land. I appreciate you, and I continue to pray for you that Chukwu will guide and protect you. No weapon of the enemy will come to you. I appreciate you so much. Tomorrow is a special day. Please pass the information. That is why it is important that we don't keep information to ourselves. Share video to every platform, any group where you belong, share to them so that they can get clue of what tomorrow is. It's a special day for us, a day we cannot afford to joke with. It is a total lockdown in Biafra land. We have been speaking about it, talking about it, and the time has come. As the liberation of Biafra have started, tomorrow marks another step forward. Tomorrow marks another step forward. It's a day we must not joke with. It's a day that Biafrans are shedding tears for the innocent blood that was spilled in our land. Innocent blood that was spilled in our land. We say never again. Never again. Never again in Biafra land. Never again. We will never, ever, 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 ever allow that to happen again. But we won't just say it with our mouth and keep silent. When we say never again, we must have to work towards that. When we say never again, we must work towards that. You don't just say never again and you sit back. Tomorrow we are going to invoke the spirit of the innocent that have been wasted in Biafra land. Not because they committed a crime, not because they offended anybody, not because they attacked anybody, but because they are Biafrans. That is where their life was taken away from them. And tomorrow we are going to remember them. We say never again. Why we say never again? We must continue. We must continue to pay attention to things that are going on. We won't just say never again. As we say never again, every single one of us have to put our hand on the deck to make sure it never happens again. We have to make sure it never. The liberation of Biafra have started. The liberation of Biafra has started. It has started already. And as we are marching forward, tomorrow is a day that you're going to pray. You pray and pray and pray and pray. Pray. Let the spirit of the innocent souls that have been killed in Biafra land, the innocent blood that have been crying, tomorrow we are going to invoke them. We are going to invoke them, and they are going to join us tomorrow to cry to Chukwu Abiyama for our freedom. The time has come. The liberation time has come. When you hear about the liberation time, let me tell you, that is why I love our brother Simon Ekpa so much. This is a man who has come forward to build on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mindful of time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't play, he's mindful of time. He studies the time, and he's doing everything at the right time when it's supposed to be done. Today, we have someone else who is playing that same role, who is building on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, making sure that our voice is being heard. Making sure that our voice is being heard. We must not play with it. We must not joke with it. We must not joke with it. It's a special day. It's a special day. A day that every Biafran must observe. If you feel that tomorrow that those innocent blood that were spilled in Biafra land, in Asaba, they do not deserve your silence. You are free to come out. You are free to come out. If you feel you want to spit on the grave of the innocent Biafrans that died innocently simply because they are Biafrans, you want to spit on their grave, come out tomorrow. But as you're coming, whatever you see, you have to be responsible for it. As you're coming out, anything that happens to you tomorrow, you'll be responsible. Don't call anybody. You will be responsible for anything that happens to you tomorrow. It is going to be a total lockdown in Biafra land. All you got to do tomorrow is to sit in your home with your family. Pray for the innocent soul, the innocent blood that have been shed in Biafra land. Pray for our Supreme Mazen Nandekano, who they have hold under lock and key. Mazen Nandekano, who has been under solitary confinement for more than a year. Pray for him tomorrow. Tomorrow is a special day. Don't joke with it. Any place you are, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. When we say sit at home, you must have to obey and follow instruction. This is the best way to survive and save your life. As you all know, each time we talk about sit at home, the enemy will always come. They will come with their propaganda. They will come with their attack. They will come with their weapons. They come with all manner of force. But are we going to allow them to overcome us? We will not allow them. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. We will never allow them to overcome us. And we will never back down. We will not back down. Because we are on a special assignment and we know what we are pursuing. We are pursuing our freedom. It's a matter of life and death. We cannot back down. Tomorrow is a special day. Tomorrow. Any place you are watching the video, please share the video on your platform. Share to family and friends. Those who have forgotten. So many of us are forgetful. Remind them, make a call, make a text message, send this very broadcast to people. They are going to remember that tomorrow is a special day. Total lockdown in Biafra land. Biafra land tomorrow is going to be a ghost town. The spirit of the dead is going to move in Biafra land. The innocent blood that we share in Biafra land, they are going to move tomorrow. They are going to speak tomorrow. All those innocent blood will speak tomorrow. And tomorrow marks the beginning of the liberation. We have started the liberation all along. The liberation movement has started. And a lot of things have been happening. But tomorrow marks the major beginning of the liberation. That is why it is very important. That is why it is a date you will never forget. That is why it's the date you have to observe. Total lockdown in Biafra land. You must be at home tomorrow. Is it a crime to give a silent moment for the innocent blood that was shed in Biafra land? It is a crime. If the Janjaweed have refused to take responsibility for the murder they committed in Biafra land, for the massacre, the British have refused to take responsibility. They have not to render apology. Even the people who were involved directly, they are still proud that they did it. I played a video yesterday when I was doing a program. I played a video where a military man who was involved is still trying to defend the Asaba massacre. He said it's a war. But this man had forgotten that there are rules of engagement in war. There are rules of engagement in war. In war, you don't even kill a soldier that has surrendered to you. Prisoners of war, you don't kill them. You can take them to prison, but you don't kill them. But somebody, in a video that I played yesterday on my program, was defending the Asaba massacre and still continue to defend it. And he never accepted that it was a massacre. What else is the interpretation of massacre? When you gather innocent citizens, unarmed, children as young as 12 years old, including women, and you shot them in cold blood. Defenseless people who were even raising their hands up, wearing white, and singing your national anthem. If you don't call that massacre, what else are you going to call it? That is how bold they are. I played the video yesterday where somebody who was involved was defending it and never wanted to call it a massacre. He said it's war. It's things that happen in war. That is how evil these people are. And tomorrow, we are going to invoke the spirit of the dead. Those innocent blood that were shed, those innocent blood were shed in Asaba. Tomorrow, we are going to call on them. And let me tell you, they will not be silent. Chukwu Okike Abiyama hears the blood of innocents. The same way Chukwu Okike Abiyama heard the voice of Abel after Cain has killed him. The same way Chukwu Okike Abiyama heard the voice of Abel, that is the way he's going to hear our voice tomorrow. The same way Chukwu Okike Abiyama heard the voice of Abel, that is how he's going to hear our voice tomorrow. Pastor Rose, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it so much. The same way, that is the way he's going to hear us tomorrow. And I tell you, you will never forget. Tomorrow is a special day. It's a special day. A day we must not joke with. Every Biafran have to be happy that we have somebody like our school Mazen Nandekan. Somebody that Chukwu Okike Abiyama have given the mantle. Gave him an assignment, and he didn't shy away with that assignment. He's pursuing that assignment that was given to him, and he's following it step by step. And a man that is mindful of time, a man that is mindful of time, a man that is mindful of time, every stage that we are in the struggle, Chukwu Okike Abiyama have revealed it to Mazen Nandekan, and Mazen Nandekan spoke about it. Mazen Nandekan by himself told us that before 2023, that the zoo will be destroyed. Biafra will be free. Before he was taken away from our midst, Chukwu Okike Abiyama used him to anoint somebody. When I say it, they get crazy. When I say that Chukwu Okike Abiyama anointed our brother, the spokesperson of Biafra today, they get mad. But who cares? Your madness cannot stop me from saying the truth or saying that which is right. It doesn't matter how you feel. The platform you are and you're watching is a platform that is autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. A platform supporting the original IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. Chris Dixon, thank you for joining. That is where you're standing. Under the spokesmanship of our brother Mazen Simon Ekpa, and on the leadership of Mazen Nandekan. That is where we stand. And when you hear autopiloted, they are consistent. Consistency personified. We cannot move an inch. And I'm happy that the person whom Mazen Nandekan has anointed by himself is building on every single foundation laid by Mazen Nandekan. Every single foundation laid by Mazen Nandekan, that is where Mazen Simon Ekpa is building. That is why sometimes when I see people still say they are sitting on the fence, they don't know whom to follow or who is saying the truth. I see those people as saboteurs, deceivers. They are worse than the enemies. Because the truth is bare. The truth is much more clearer today than it was yesterday. Much more clearer. Even if you are blind, you are not deaf to see the state that we are. Every single one of them who has been talking trash, preaching against Mazen Simon Ekpa, it has become very clear that every single one of them is against Mazen Nandekan. And each time you are opening your mouth to attack those, the autopiloted IPOB, original IPOB, instructed and built by Mazen Nandekan himself. Whenever you are talking against them, actually, you are attacking the legacy of Mazen Nandekan. We are protecting the legacy of Mazen Nandekan from A to Z. We are protecting every legacy of Mazen Nandekan from A to Z. From A to Z. Even if you don't know, if you have not heard from Mazen Nandekan, you have not seen him, go and watch Simon Ekpa. That is Mazen Nandekan you are seeing there. A replica of Mazen Nandekan. But I must remind you that Mazen Nandekan doesn't have a match. He cannot be changed. He cannot be changed. He remains the leader of the struggle wherever he is. And our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, confessed to it that immediately Mazen Nandekan joins us, everything will be handed over to him and he takes over. He's not in competition with him in any way. He's only doing what he has to do, which Chukwu Okike have placed in his heart through Mazen Nandekan to do. The new dimension that Mazen Nandekan told us about. When none of us knew that it was coming, Mazen Nandekan talked about the new dimension. Today, that new dimension has been unveiled fully. The new dimension has been unveiled fully. Take it or leave it. There's no point for you being angry or for you being envious or jealous. You're going to die in your jealousy. It will only make you more irrelevant. The earlier you embrace the new generation, the new dimension, the better for you. The earlier you embrace it, the better for you. Tomorrow is a special day, a day of reflection. It is not just a day of, it's a day of reflection. That is why it is a solemn day, a silent day. Have a silent moment with you and your family. You and yourself have a silent, think and think again. And there's one particular thing I always tell people to think about. Try to think within yourself. Why did those people fall victim in that Asaba massacre? Why did it happen? How comes? Why were the military able to gather such huge number of people and massacre them without a fight, without putting up a fight? Ask yourself that question. When you answer that question correctly, then you say, never again. And I tell you once again, when you are thinking about the Asaba massacre, when you are meditating over it, remember, the denial of your people is dangerous. The denial of your own people is the denial of your identity is dangerous. Sitting on the fence is a suicide mission. Chukwu Kadebe, you're welcome. Sitting on the fence is a suicide mission. No Biafra must sit in the fence, and no Biafra must deny himself. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter your dialect. We know ourselves as Biafrans. That is how we identify ourselves. As long as you are from the old southeastern region, as long as your grandmother tie two pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran. In any area where you are, and your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran. You are a Biafran. You can't run away from it. The more you deny it, the more you endanger yourself. Each time you want to deny Biafra, each time you want to say, I am not a Biafra like this, remember Asaba massacre. They didn't put up a fight. Those people never put up a fight. On the video I played that you saw a military man narrate the story. That the Biafran soldiers fought, destroyed so many, killed so many of them. And when the Biafran soldiers left, then they went into the town to go and begin to gather the men who are there, civilians, who have refused to fight, who has accepted one Nigeria, who pretended that they are now one Nigeria, they are not part of Biafra. But let me tell you, the zoo, the caliphate, they know you better than you know yourself. Denying yourself cannot help you. And this message is not only for Biafrans. Every indigenous tribe, it's high time you go back to your tribe, go back to your origin. Mazen Nanekano said that we are tribal peace by nature. That was a message he preached. He said that black people, we are tribal peace by nature. That is why in every celebration, in Christmas time, in every celebration, you see people returning back to where they come from. A black man will always return back to where he's coming from. If you like, go and give birth to him in any part of the world. When time comes, he's returning back to his origin. He will trace his origin and go back. Anytime you as a Biafran, you deny yourself for porridge, for money, for envy, for friends, for relevance, remember Asaba massacre. That is the major lesson. At the time that we're in the present time that we're in, I cry, and say it again. If care is not taken, another massacre is coming. It's going to take place again. The only way we can prevent another Asaba massacre, never again, is for every Biafran to stand up in unity and defend Biafra land. Every hand on deck. Nobody must sit on the fence. If you refuse to take up your identity as a Biafran and you are from the old southeastern region, it doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter that you refuse to join your people. Remember, as I said, it's going to happen again. And let me tell you, the Zoological Republic, with the military that the British have placed under their hand and the police, they are ready and ever willing to commit the massacre, the genocide, again and again. The Fulani Janjaweed, they are ready and ever ready to commit that mass again and again. They don't care. They are ready to commit it as many times as possible. They are ready to do it. Just yesterday, you see, so what happened in Biafra land? Is it in Delta State or so? Where the EFCC opened fire because people were protesting. People were protesting and they opened fire. And when you see the wickedness in the Zulu Republic, some people will tell you that they were burning cars, they were burning this. A protest that happened in the United States during the time of George Floyd, places were destroyed. Even Donald Trump then, with all the name they were calling him as a wicked person, Donald Trump did not order for the death of anybody. Nobody died. The military didn't shoot anybody or kill anybody. They were destroying places, destroying things, burning things. Even in the UK, a protest has happened there where things were burned. These are the people you are using as your role model. In their own country, when things happen, they don't kill people. People are allowed to protest. But when you want to protest in your own land, they will tell you, don't allow them to protest. The same British who allow their own people to protest will now tell you, don't allow people to protest in your own land. That is why we are talking about our freedom. Why they walked away from European Union. They don't want us to walk away from the South African Republic. The British walk away from European Union. These are even people whom they have common interests. They have the same ideology, common interests. They have the same, almost the same thing. They were the same in the same organization, and they walked away from it, from European Union. They want to be on their own, for their own interest. But now, for we Biafrans, we want to walk away from people who we don't have anything in common with. No resemblance whatsoever. Not same ideology, not same language, not same religion, we don't have anything in common with them. We want to walk away, and the British said no. Instead, they sponsored genocide against us. You see how evil the world is. In that zoological republic, their so-called United Nations is there, and they are seeing everything that happened. Amnesty International is in Nigeria. They have office in Nigeria. They have seen videos by themselves. They have seen evidence that we have written to them. We have supplied them with enough evidence. United Nations have seen video evidence, physical evidence, yet they kept mute and they are watching, waiting until when we react. And thank you, Abiyama, that the time that Mazin Nanikana have talked about has come. Today is no longer crying. We have cried enough. We have complained enough. We have shouted enough. But nobody seems to be listening. So what do? We have to start defending ourselves. And that is where we are today. You're welcome, Chibike Paul. That is where we are today. Defending ourselves, that is where we are. And we will not stop. We will not stop. You see, that thing that they told Mazen Dandekan in the US when he was talking to one of their lawmakers, they say, go and start doing something. If you don't do anything, United Nations is not going to come. It is when you begin to do something that they come. That very advice, we have taken heed into it. It is not our wish to go that direction. But since that is the only option that is left, so be it. Since that is the only option and the only language we understand, so be it. We can't wait anymore. We are going to defend our lives, defend our land by all means possible. From the onset, since we have been talking about our self-determination, it has never been about war. Self-determination, the call for self-determination is not call for war. And when you talk about having your independence, it is not just that you must get it through war. Nobody mentioned war. We never said so. Mazin Nandekana have been speaking about self-determination through a referendum. That is all we asked for. And they came after us. It became a crime. Self-determination is supported by international law. Self-determination is supported by African general law. Self-determination is supported by Nigerian law itself. That is why they have a case in their own court about self-determination, people who want to walk away from the South African Republic. But when a Biafran opens his mouth and says he wants to walk away, they want to kill him. As you are watching this video, innocent blood are still flowing in Biafran land. As you are watching the video, they are still harvesting organs of blacks, organs of Biafran people in the northern part of Nigeria. As you are watching the video, so many of our brothers are lost in Kirikiri, in so many prisons in the north. They harvest their organs and nobody cares, nobody cares. As you are watching the video, the genocide is still going on in Biafra land. It is so sad. It is so sad, but that is where we are. Are we going to allow them to continue? It cannot continue. A time has come when we have to take our destiny into our hand. That is where we are today. Enough is enough. Never again. Never again. Never again. But I want every Biafran that is watching this video, please share the video and like. Click like and share the video. Share on your platform. Any platform you belong, share. As you are watching, have it at the back of your mind as we are observing and remembering our heroes tomorrow, remembering those who died in the Asaba massacre. As we are remembering those who died in the Asaba massacre tomorrow, have it at the back of your mind that denying your people is not an option. Denying your people will not keep you safe. Denying your people cannot make you intelligent. Denying your people cannot give you wealth. Denying your people cannot make you look good. Denying your people cannot make your enemy to love you. The enemy we are up against is a Pharaoh that will never let go. The enemy we are up against is so demonic. They don't care about you. And they know you. It is so sad. It's very, very sad that our enemy knows us. They know us as Biafrans. Every single human being living in the old southeastern region, the present south, and the southeast, everybody in that region, the enemy knows us as Biafrans. But sadly, very, very sadly, those people, the Biafrans themselves, don't know whom they are. You see them picking up different kinds of names to look good before their enemy. They pick different kinds of names to look different in the presence of the enemy. They pick different kinds of names to please their enemy. But at the end of the day, when it comes on the ground for action, they will tell you that you are a Biafran. The same way they treat every single person living in Biafra land. In the same way. There are so many examples, including the politicians. You see all the politicians who have been gallivanting. Every single politician they have used to destroy Biafra land. Go and check them. Where are they today? Every single politician they have used against Biafra land, against Biafra people, where are they today? Look at Wike. Wike with his boyfriend, Tambua. You saw what happened to him. Today he's the one crying and shouting everywhere. Today he's crying from one angle to the other. Because they use him to destroy his own people. Today he's asking for rights. Asking for rights. Pretending to be fighting for the southern part of Nigeria. Pretending to be talking all manner of trash. But this idiot knew very well that even based on their selection or whatever, it was supposed to be the turn of the southeast to give them a president. We are not part of it. We have never been at any point in time talking about their presidency, and we're not interested. I'm just using this as an example. I am just using this as an example. We are not interested. Right from the very first time Mazin Nane started the struggle, he has never been in any he has never one day talked about any form of presidency, any form of post. And that is where I stand. But I'm using this illustration as an example. This monster was there. He was there when his own brother was denying his own time and position. He was very much there. He was there seeing how his own brother was denying his rights. His own people, his own blood was denying his own right. He couldn't fight for them. Instead, he was fighting for his own selfish interest. He was there when they threw the thing open and say anybody can contest. And he accepted it because of his own personal interest. And all of a sudden, he shot himself in the leg. And now he's crying from pillar to pool. He's shouting and making noise from pillar. And they don't, who cares about him? Who cares? Who cares? If he exists, nobody knows. Nobody cares about him. That is a real Fulani man for you. The Fulani Caliphate don't care about it. As long as they have the backing of the British, they don't care. This is two-man business. Two-man business between the British and the Fulani. As long as their interest of the British is covered, as long as the oil continue to flow to Britain free of charge, and the Fulanis are given the opportunity to manipulate and control the land and take over the land, they don't care. The takeover of the Zoological Republic is planned by Britain themselves, and they are in support of it. That is why they care not about what is happening. But Biafrans will put an end to it. We can't be distracted. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter their propaganda. We cannot be distracted. Biafran cannot be distracted. We are focused. We are focused. We know very much that the Fulanis are still there in the forest. You know, before this the election issue came, you had even governors were crying out in their various states about the invasion of the land, about the takeover of their forest by the Fulanis. Don't you sit back and ask yourself, all this while they started the election, why is it they're no longer talking about the security of their states? Does it mean that those Fulanis has been chased out? Does it mean that they have collected back all those arms that we had that they stored in the bushes? Nobody cares. While they are busy doing their 1 million march in the street, the Fulani is coming closer with 10 million march in the forest. Every one of us should thank God for the ESN. We should thank God for ESN. If not for the ESN, what we are saying today is not what we're saying. But ESN have pushed them back enough. ESN, they are very much aware that there is a force on the ground waiting. And that is why they are using, since they see that they cannot penetrate, they are now using the military in uniform. They are now using their Boko Haram military in uniform to take out the Biafran people. They can now come openly, broad daylight. They can't come through the forest as they are supposed to. Now they are using the Nigerian apparatus to fight against us, to fight for the Fulanis, to take over the land. This is something that is happening that we must not play with. Every single politician in that Zuluka Republic, they are all evil. From A to Z, every single politician in that Zuluka Republic, mainly politicians from Biafra, they are all evil. Obi Juliana, thank you so much for joining. Isaiah Okbo, thank you for joining. Every single politician in that Zuluka Republic, they are evil. They are all evil. I don't remove anyone. If you see somebody that tells you that he's a politician in the Zuluka Republic, from local government chairman to the federal level, they are all evil. These are all evil. These are all instruments of the British and the Fulanis. Instruments of the British and Fulanis. And if you doubt what I say, go and check the video I made yesterday. Go and check. There was a video I posted on my platform, on my Facebook page. Go and watch that video. The confession of a former INEC official. A former INEC official was saying it verbatim in the air, telling the world that there has never ever been any credible election in Nigeria. All you are seeing is election. There had never been election. That every election in Nigeria, right from when Britain was there, from 1928, that they were all rigged. And the rigging of election, who taught them? British taught them how to rig election. And the man went further to say that for you to be anything in Nigeria, for you to win any post, it is not by your popularity. It doesn't matter how popular you are. It is not by popularity. He said for you to win election, it is not by vote. Not by popularity, not by vote. Not by your intelligence. A former INEC chairman say you don't win because of your vote. You don't win because you are popular. You don't win because you are intelligent. That the only way you win election in Nigeria is when you have the rigging machine. If you are on the right party to rig for you with the right people, they will rig election for you, and that is it. And a former INEC official was saying that on air. I posted the video. I used the video for program yesterday. Some of you who were with me yesterday will see when I play the video. If you are not here yesterday, you go to my YouTube, to my Facebook page. You're going to see the video. I shared it there. A confession of an INEC official. And with all these things, even with the amendment they said they made, the man said it, even with the amendment, is the way to rig is as easy as AB. They're going to rig. And Mazen Nandekan also said it when he was making a broadcast. When he was cursing the people who were talking about Igbo president or whatever. Mazen Nandekan said it. Rigging election in the world today is like a It's just like a child's play. Rigging election. The easiest thing you can do in this world today is to rig election. The easiest. And Mazin Nandekan went further to say that instead of any Biafra or anybody from the rural land to take that position, let the Zoroastrian people, let the caliphate continue. That word is deep. That word is deep. It's very deep. It tells you that the only solution to the problem that we have is what? Referendum. Biafra is the only solution. On that is said, there is no other amendment, no other way to tell you about it. No other way to tell you about it. No other way to talk about it. No other way to talk about it. Somebody was speaking, somebody who was working in INEC, an INEC official, confessing and shouting. He said it more than twice, that nobody in Nigeria has ever won any election, including the Abiola they are using as example. The Abiola exam they are using. And he gave evidence. He started from the British. There has never been any credible election. It has all been rigged. And he said it in a clear terms, in black and white, that the only way you can win election in Nigeria is when you are in the right party and you have the right rigging machine. If you have the right people to rig you into power, they will rig you. That you don't get power because you are popular. You don't get it because you are intelligent. You don't get it because you are making noise. You get it because you have the rigging machine by your side. An INEC official was making that confession. You see, when we tell these people that they should forget about this, their obedient nonsense, and follow the struggle, they think they are joking. But tomorrow, Asaba massacre, every one of us must pay attention. Never again. Never again. Each time you want to deny your own people, remember Asaba massacre. Let me tell you, if those men there were fighting along with their fellow Biafrans, if they stood ground to fight with their fellow Biafrans, those men, they would have not died. They would have not died with. It is better for you to even die fighting than for somebody to come and just kill you like a chicken. It is better for you to die fighting than for you to lose your life like a chicken. That is the greatest lesson for me personally. That is the greatest lesson I learned from Asaba massacre. Never again. As we remember them tomorrow, the greatest lesson you must learn: never you deny with your people. Denying your people cannot keep you safe. Playing neutral cannot keep you safe. Sitting on the fence cannot keep you safe. If you're one of those sitting on the fence, you better wake up. Better wake up. Go and pick up your position as a Biafra. Support the ESN the best way you can, openly and secretly, any way you can. Support the ESN. Support the Biafra struggle. No matter where you are, take your identity as a Biafran. Take it and wear it. Wear your Biafra in your body and let the world see it that you're a Biafran. There's no point sitting in the fence. Pretending to be one Nigeria is death. It's a death sentence for you if you don't know. It's a death sentence. From Orange, go and check. Go and check. Every Biafran son I have betrayed. Where are they today? Where are they? How are they today? How are they feeling? How are they feeling? Everyone who has played into the hand of the caliphate. If you don't want to go don't go far. Come closer to the governors you have in Southeast, who have played a major role in taking over Biafra land. Who has played a major role in selling down Biafra land? Where are they today? Do you hear about Rocha Sokorosha? After we saw Rocha Sokorosha lying down and praying in his own house when they want to take him, did you hear about him again? They thought no press won't even to grant him an interview anymore. His political career is dead, completely dead now. This is a person who surrendered Imo State to late Muhammad Buhari. Took Imo State and handed over to the caliphate. He was building mosque and building everything for them in Imo State, thinking that they're going to make him a president. What of Obiano? Do you hear about Obiano again? Obiano that came out and put a price on the Biafran head. That if you kill a Biafran man, you pay 500. You kill a cow, you pay 500. Obiano put a bounty on the head of Biafran people. Money. That you pay for the life of Biafran with money. You kill a goat. Comparing the life of Biafra with money. Obiano came out and tell us that members of Bieti Allah are in his cabinet. Members of Bieti Allah are in the cabinet of Obiano. We are in the cabinet of Obiano. Today, where is Obiano? Where is he? The very day he stepped down, that was the day they clamped him. Where is he today? How many members of Ohanese are in Kaduna with the Erufai? How many members of Ohanese are in Kaduna Erufai cabinet? How many members of Ohanese are in Kano with Ganduje? We are dealing with mad people. That is why you must know. That is why when I hear political solution, I just see anybody that talks about political solution, I see there is a mad person. Yeah, it's only a mad person that can be talking about political solution. Because there will never be any political solution to the problem that we have. The solution to our problem is in our hand. The solution to our problem is in our hand. It's in our hand. Mazin Nandekano made it clear that we have crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed to the land of no return. A lot of people have given their life, and there is nothing anybody can do to talk about revising back. To where? After many people have given their life for Biafra, after many people have been massacred for Biafra, even as you're watching this video, as you're watching me, people are still falling because of Biafra. Innocent souls who has not committed any crime. They are not even Biafran souls. Some of them are not even members of IPOB. Some of them are not even family members of IPOB, and yet they are losing their life. They are in prison. And all of a sudden you wake up one day and you say you're going for political solution. To do what? To stop Biafra. Are you not mad? Master Nanakano said it, that we have crossed the Rubicon. And he didn't just say it. He went further to say that nothing on the planet Earth will make the struggle of Biafra stop. That even if he take his own life, let them take it. That will even make Biafra to come faster. Master Nanakano said it with his own mouth. And he didn't just say it, he meant every single word he said. That is why today, even in the face of the enemy, the last time we heard from him, he said it there, that Biafra, no man can stop Biafra. The same language is still what he's using. The only charge he gave out in last his appearance was that we should protect Biafran people and not to kill them. That is where we are today, defending Biafra land. Master Simon Ekpa, will continue to guide and protect you. For building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekan, for keeping the legacy of Mazen Nandekan, Chukwu Okikabia will continue to guide and protect you. Master Simon Ekpa, Chukwu Okikabia will continue to keep you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. It doesn't matter where the weapon comes from. The more they try, the more they fail. The more they try, the more they fail. Please share the video. Share and like the video. As you are joining, you share and you like. This time around, it is not a time to keep information to yourself. Every information is important. Mainly for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. If you are in Biafra land, open your ears and listen to 97.5 FM in Biafra land. It is very important. At this critical time, every single information is important. Don't let go of any information. As you get information, share it. Give to your friend. Pass to your friend. Call them. Put it on audio. Share and send to people. They did it in the past. They gave us media blockade in the past. But in this generation, you dare not. That is one of the heavy instruments that Mazen Nandekan have played in their palm. One of the strongest instruments that Mazen Nandekan have placed in their palm is the social media. Only that some idiots, instead of using that social media to change life, instead of using that social media to fight for that cause and bring Biafra, they are busy using it to destroy their own brothers and sisters. Today, the Biafran people are the one holding the social media worldwide. It is on this same social media that the whole world begin to notice Biafra. That is where Biafra took over the Zoological Republic and made Zoological Republic begin to bleed. And all of a sudden, Mazen Nandekano, Chukwu Okikabia gave him a rest for the evil men to be revealed. And as soon as he went, you see them, they begin to dance a different tone. On that platform that Mazen Nandekano handed over to us to restore Biafra, some people are using it to restore Igbo presidency. Some people are using it to restore P2B. Some people are using it to restore a better Nigeria. When Mazin Nandekano said that if you are a Biafran and you are talking about a better Nigerian, Nketa Yarashaganya. Nketa Yarashaganya. That is what Mazin Nandekano said. If you are a Biafran and you are talking about a better Nigeria, a good Nigeria, you are mad. You don't know what you are doing. We have crossed the Rubicon. There is no going back. Tomorrow is a total lockdown of Biafra land. A total lockdown. And there will be no election. No election in Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. It doesn't matter what anybody say. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. There will be no election in Biafra land. It's a total lockdown tomorrow. You're welcome, Chukodi. Total lockdown. No matter what anybody is saying, what anybody is doing, any angle they are coming from, we are not moved. Tomorrow is a day of reflection. Sit back in your home. If you don't know what to do, pray for our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano. He needs your prayer. Mazen Nandekano needs your prayer. This is a man who has given it all. Mazen Nandekano has given it all. And I tell people, Mazen Nandekano, the love that the Biafran people have to him today, he didn't get it by command and control. No. He didn't get it by command and control. He never forced anybody. Mazen Nandekano earned every respect he had today. He earned it. He earned it through his words, through his consistency and truthfulness. That is how he earned the respect he had for Biafran people. Every single Biafran person, including those who are hiding, all of them love Mazen Nandekano and they acknowledge what he's doing. He earned every respect he has today. And in the same vein, our spokesperson, Simon Epa, while the Department of Saboteur we are busy pursuing command and control, while the Department of Saboteur we are busy looking for whom to control and who to push around, Master Simon Epa came down, joined the people, listened to the people what they want, and begin to follow the people. And from there, he has won the heart of the people. He won the heart of people. Today, with all your blackmail, the people are still following with the instruction he's given because they have seen the truth. They have seen the light. Even when the Department of Saboteur saw that the cloud have gathered, what did they do? They went to bring another picture to paint a different. They went to hire a spokesperson to come and speak on their behalf. Maybe it will redeem them. When they saw that the Biafrans is no longer listening to their instructions and whatever the lies they are telling, because when you tell one lie, it will take 1,000 lies to cover that first lie. That is why it is good to be truthful. It is good to be truthful and consistent. If you are truthful and consistent, you don't need to think about what to say when you come to broadcast. You don't need to you don't need to write your broadcast. You just come and word will begin to come out because you are saying the truth. When I broadcast, I don't write my statement. I don't write my broadcast what I want to broadcast about. I only go on social media and see the necessary important things that happen. I speak about it. What do you see today? Today, what you see is blackmail upon blackmail against the original agitators. The autopiloted IPOB by Chukwu Okagabema himself. Autopiloted IPOB, which was installed by Chukwu Okagabema himself through Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson, made it to existence. You are fighting the plan of God. If you fight the plan of Chukwu Okagabema, what will end you is what? Destruction and disappointment and disgrace. You fight the project of Chukwu Okagabema, what will end you is disgrace. And you see how all of them have been disgraced. Today they are fighting themselves. The next minute they are exposing themselves. The next hour they are fighting themselves. The next minute they are exposing themselves. We have crossed the Rubicon and there is no going back. And Biafra must come. Biafra must come. Emmanuel Obiano, thank you for joining. Simply Ifi, thank you for joining. We are not going back. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter any angle you're coming from. It doesn't matter what you think. The truth remains that Biafras are going home. 2023. 2023. Today you see, when you see certain things that happen to you, you see that they are fighting their last battle. They are fighting their last battle. Some of them, how can you say you are a Biafran? You are looking for freedom. You are looking for freedom. You are a Biafran. And you hear your brother, your fellow Biafran, your brother say that Biafra is coming in 2023. And you said over your dead body, will that Biafra come? You even went ahead to swear and say, instead of the Biafra to come through your brother, let it not come at all. Instead of your freedom, the freedom of your unborn generation to come, that you don't want it, long as it's coming from so person. Is that person for real? Only a demon does that. Only a demonic person does that. The person who we are following his foundation, Mazin Nandekano himself cannot make such statement. Mazin Nandekano, in black and white, he said, if you know anything you can do to make Biafra come, go ahead and do it. Emeka Obidi, we're welcome. Thank you for joining. Mazin Nandekano that we are following. The Mazin Nandekano we are following, he said, if you know anything you can do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. He never stopped any group. Whatever group you want to join, whatever angle you want to, people, formerly what was reading that he don't know how to do it. What was reading in those days was Mazin Nandekano. We don't like the way Mazin Nandekano do it. The way he's going about it is not good. Everybody was saying the way he's going about it is not good. The way he's going about it is not good. And Mazin Nandekano told them, if the way I'm going about it is not good, go your own way and do it that way that they feel is good. The most important is bring Biafra. Bring it. Let us see. Mazin Nandekano can never open his mouth and say that because Biafra is going to come. Mazin Nandekano said, anybody anything you know you can do to make Biafra, go ahead and do it. He's with you. Go ahead and do it. But you see somebody who claimed to be an agitator, a freedom fighter, a Biafran freedom fighter, saying that instead of Biafra to come through his own brother, let it not come. When you hear that Mazin Nandekano told you that the coming of Biafra will be like a miracle, that Chukwukabe will do it in such a way that everybody will know that he is the one that did it. That is why when I'm looking 2023, when I see it come, the way people don't believe it, the way you see that people never believe it, that is how it's going to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Like when Moses was leading the children of Israel from Egypt, they never believed they were going to go to the promised land. Some of them, most of them in that went out with Moses from Egypt, they never got to that promised land because they never believed. They were all murmuring. At a stage, they told Moses to take them back to Egypt. They want to go back, as the Bible told us. At a stage, they told Moses, take us back, we are not going anymore. And at the end of the day, every single one of them who doubted was not alive to go into that promised land. Every single one of them who doubted the entrance into the promised land, they never entered it. Those of them who doubted Moses, who started that journey from Egypt, they never entered. Be mindful of what you say with your mouth. If you're a Biafran, be careful what you say with your mouth. Be careful the way you sentence yourself to death. Your blood will be on your head. Your blood will not be found in us. Your blood will be upon your own head. Be mindful of what you say. That is why I tell people, before you go to a platform to listen to people, go and check what they have been doing before Mazin Nandekano was kidnapped and after he's kidnapped. Go and check what they're doing. And don't believe people because you saw the picture of Mazin Nandekano on their platform, or because you see them playing the message of Mazin Nandekano, or playing the prayer of Mazin Nandekano, or calling Mazin Nandekano, or talking Biafra. Don't believe them because they say that. Go and look at them critically and see what they have been doing for a while. What they have been doing in the past. Then you begin to see clearly whom you are dealing with. So many of them who are gallivanting now, talking rubbish. These are people who were attacking Mazin Nandekano. Even while Mazin Nandekano was with us. When Mazin Nandekano had a problem with his deputy, some of them were against Mazin Nandekano. And they were even talking against Mazin Nandekano, telling Mazin Nandekano to go and apologize to the deputy. But today you see them, they play the message of Mazin Nandekano. They talk about Mazin Nandekano. You're welcome, Johad. Thank you for joining. We cannot be distracted. The Biafran people cannot be distracted. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the propaganda and the lies they are bringing from all corners. We can't be distracted. We are focused and we are going home. The coming of Biafra in 2023 is a reality. I told people, I used to say it on my program, I said that for a very long time, I have been living Biafra. I take Biafra as a reality, not a dream. Personally, myself, I take Biafra as a reality, not a dream. I see Biafra every day. I breathe it. I eat Biafra every minute of the day. So for me, it's not a dream. It's not like something you dream. When you dream, many dreams never come true. You dream, in your dream, you buy a car. In your dream, you wear new clothes. In your dream, you get married. But when you wake up, you are still the same. I don't take Biafra as a dream. For me, it is a reality. I see it, I breathe it, I talk it, I say it. That is Biafra for me. It is better for every single one of us to begin to see Biafra as a reality. It has come. It has come. All we got to do is to defend it. Defend it, confess it. It will come to reality. It has come already, not it will. It has come. Continue to confess it. It has come. You heard the statement for our spokesperson, Masa Moneba. Share the video. Share to all platforms. Like. As you're sharing, you like the video. You heard from our spokesperson, Masa Moneba, what he said. The state that we are in today. That Biafran's struggle has now entered to armed struggle fully. It is not because we wanted to. Not because we are hating anybody, want to kill anybody. But because it is necessary to defend ourselves. And self-defense. Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. We have to defend ourselves. We have complained enough. We have cried enough. We have talked enough. We have spoken enough. But today, we have to defend ourselves. That is where we are. Self-defense. It is not a crime. Even animals. If you want to kill an animal, buy a Christmas goat. Keep that goat. Goat that you bought with your money, want to kill. When you want to kill that goat, they will struggle. Chicken, they will struggle to fight for their life. Let alone a human being. Only a tree will stand when you want to kill them. Only a tree will stand when you want to cut it off. Because they have no choice. They can't move. But to human being, any human being you go after, that is why we have gone to full armed struggle to protect ourselves, because we cannot continue to complain and die. You see the way they are wasting the blood of Biafrans. See the way they are wasting the life of Biafrans on daily basis. Even as you're watching this video, they are still taking the life of our people. In a country that is terrorists is in charge. A country that terrorists are in charge. A country that terrorists are in charge. And yet, in that territory where the terrorists are ruling, you will never see the military go operation over there. You will not see any military operation in the terrorist zone. In the zone that they have terrorists, where a governor have come to confess and tell us that terrorists have taken some part. Terrorists even arrest their fellow criminals and hand over to their police. Terrorists is collecting tax. Terrorists is having a roadblock. And yet, nobody cares. Some people think it's okay. In that area, you will not see the military operating there. But in Biafra land, in Biafra, the most peaceful area in the Zuluka Republic, they have made it very uncomfortable. Militarized more than a war zone. Biafra land is much more militarized. What am I saying more than? Biafra land has become a war zone. What is happening in the war that is not happening in Biafra land? In war, what do you see? You see jets flying over and throwing bullets and bombs. It is happening in Biafra land. You see jets flying over Biafra land, throwing bombs and bullets, destroying houses and properties. You see military men shooting indiscriminately in Biafra land. You see cops everywhere. That is what you see. That is what is happening in Biafra land. The people that are creating the insecurity in Biafra land, who are they? The terrorists. The Nigerian terrorists that are being sponsored by British themselves. Being sponsored by the British and the United States themselves. The same way Obama gave them Buhari, they are planning the same today. You saw their Secretary of State. You saw their Secretary of State coming to talk trash, telling us about a credible election. He should go and watch that video that I posted. Let that Secretary of State go and watch that video. A confession of an INEC member, an INEC official. A confession of an INEC official that there has never, ever, ever, and will never have. There will never be anything called credible election in Nigeria. How can you build on a faulty foundation? British started the fraudulent act. British started rigging election right from when they were in charge. Every election they collect, they rig it. British started that evil. That was why the British gave the North the numbers they are working with today. When you see them being boastful that they have population, they have the major population. You will see the North boasting, shamelessly boasting that they have the greatest population. Where? Who told you that? How? British gave them the false map, including the map they show you. The map you are seeing is a wrong map, false map. They will draw a map showing you that the North is much more bigger than the southern part of Nigeria. A great lie. And they will tell you that the North is more populated than the South. A great lie. There is no place in the world where the savannah area is less populated than the desert. The desert is always less populated than the savannah area. That is why people always tend to move towards the river area. People move towards the savannah area where there is life. There is no life in desert. Then how do you now come and tell me that people in the desert here are much more populated than the river area? Is that not madness? If that one is not enough, I have lived in the north. I have traveled in their forest from Umuahia. I have traveled with train from Umuahia all the way to Bauchi State, passing through the whole forest. And all this local government and village, they are telling you, when you get to some of them, you have only 3 houses in a village. Some you have only five buildings. Only a handful of people, they give them a local government. And with that, they tell you that they are 1 million. And they begin to collect funds and stifle funds from everywhere. The strategy that the British gave them, false information, including their census, is for everything about them is lie. When the foundation is faulty, there is nothing you can do. The only way you can make amends is to destroy the foundation. You destroy the foundation. That's the only time you can begin to have there is no way, no matter how beautiful the edifice is on the top, you put it on a faulty foundation. Once a breeze blows, it will fall off. It can never stand. It doesn't matter how much you spend to build an edifice on top of a faulty foundation, it is going to collapse. It will definitely collapse. It will collapse. And that is the obvious truth. No matter how, that is why our lead council said it. Our lead council said that you cannot build something on nothing. You can't build something on nothing. Already, Nigeria is dead. The foundation is faulty. There is nothing you can do to make it up. That is why when I see this one that calls himself Peter Obi, talking trash, and people will listen to him, I'll be wondering from which planet all those people are coming from. I don't know the planet where they are coming from. When you see that man called Peter Obi talking about statistics, every statistic is given, they are all false. Given by who? Where do you have such statistics? Where can you confirm it? Where can you confirm it? The same old story, the same campaign. And when he was there talking about 1 million march, he's having crowd following him. Every one of you, haven't you seen the crowd that Tinubu pulled in Lagos State? Didn't you see Tinubu 1 million march? Didn't you see Tinubu 1 million? Wait, I told you that you should wait until when the money bag begin to come out, when the bullion fund begin to roll out. If you want to see 10 million march, Tinubu will give you 10 million march. Tinubu will give you 10 million march. You are talking about what? He will give you 10 million march. It's a question of bringing out the bullion fund. And you're going to see it happen. In broad daylight, you are seeing fraudsters coming to contest for a post, coming to contest election in your own presence, and you accepted it. Fraudsters coming before you to contest election, and you are supporting it, and you are happy. You are supporting them, and you are adding your own opinion. Are you not sick? Of course you are sick. Of course, only a sick person can do that. A fraudster, a well-known fraudster, criminals. Every single one of them that is coming out for that contest, they are criminals. Including your Peter Obi. Peter Obi, who has billions of dollars in safe haven. And he went ahead. He didn't invest it. He just went, took it with billions and go and dump it somewhere and hide it somewhere. Not investing it. If he had used to buy property, invest it and return the money to develop his land, it is better. But he never invested that money. He just took the money and put in safe haven. And you think that kind of person can give you a good country? You think that kind of person can be able to walk away from British slavery when his money is in the hand of the British? The only thing the British have to do is just to seize his account. Just close his account and he will begin to cry like a baby. Whatever they tell him to do, he will do it. Only thing they need to do is to seize his account abroad, and he will begin to dance to their tone. That is the man you're following, and he's going to change your life. Look at Tinubu, a criminal coming out. Look at Atiku Abubakar, another criminal. These are the same people. And all of a sudden, you forgot that this same P2B was going for vice president of Atiku Abubakar, based on the same fella. He was ready to serve under Atiku Abubakar before. And you think that he's different from them. There's no different from any one of them. They are just the same thing. I pity him. I pity him because every single Biafran man that had made a move to rescue Nigeria died in it. Every Biafran, every legitimate Biafran that had made a move to rescue Nigeria died in it. From origin. Go and check. Go and check. Dr. Nandezikiwe, they rendered him useless. Agu Ironsi died in it. Kaduna Zogo died in it. In the process of rescue. So many people who had made that move for rescue, they died in it. So you don't dare, you don't try. You don't try. You don't, no sane person does that. No sane person makes such move to rescue the Zoological Republic. You are not part of the agenda. You are not part of it. Chukwu Okike have revealed it to us and made us know that we are not the same with these people. We have to go our separate ways. Build a city where we will worship Chukwu Okike in truth and in spirit. Have a nation that we can defend and call our own. That is where we stand. How is it going to be explained to you before you understand? How? How do you want it to be explained before you can understand it clearly that you are not wanted in that Zoological Republic? You are not wanted. You are not part of the project. You are not part of the One Nigerian project. They don't see you as One Nigeria. That is why each time you mention One Nigeria, they kill you. Each time you mention One Nigeria, they kill you. That is why they kill people in Asaba. The Asaba massacre happened because those people were not part of the project and they forgot that they're not part of the project and they are raising hand and calling Nigeria. They were claiming Nigeria when they know that they are not. The Fulani knows that you are not. The Fulani know that you are not. And that was why they were all massacred. They were claiming to be Nigerians. They raise flag and they wear white. They are singing their national anthem, singing their whatever. But they were not Nigeria. The Nigeria itself know that you are not part of them. They know very well. That was where they were all massacred. And they would do it again and again and again and again and again. They would repeat it again and again. That is why we are speaking what we are speaking. Anytime you deny your identity, they will kill you. Anytime you deny whom you are, they will take your life. Anytime you open your mouth to deny whom you are, they are going to take. Just imagine, tomorrow you sit at home. You will see so many of them who will not obey the sit at home. If you don't obey the sit at home, the same people who tell you not to obey, they will come after you to use you as a scapegoat. Biafran people will give an order. Sit at home and observe a solemn moment for your own brothers, innocent brothers who their blood was spilled. You said no. They will discourage you not to sit at home. They should come out. The same people that discourage you not to come out, they will still come to take your life and not to demonize your own brother. If you make yourself a sacrificial lamb, that is your business. You have the right to take your own life. In the human right of today, you have the right to take your own life if you choose to. So many countries have given permission for people to take their life. If you're tired of their life, you don't want to live, it's up to you. Take your life. But we have to speak for those who are concerned, for genuine Biafrans, not to be taken unaware. You must not be taken unaware. That is why you must pay attention to every information. If you are in Biafra land, pay attention to 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra. That is where you will get information that will keep you safe and keep you alive. Adazayon, you're welcome. Information that will keep you alive and keep you safe. Pay attention to Voice of Biafra. Any part where you are, wherever you are in Biafra land, try to pay attention to Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. If you have access to social media, make sure you follow our brother Simon Ekpa on Twitter. He is tweeting almost every hour, sending information, giving updates. Follow him on Twitter and retweet every tweet he makes. Retweet it. That is the way to go. Follow him on the evening broadcast. He broadcasts every evening. If you cannot follow it live, sometimes he broadcasts is long, you can't be able to follow it. Later, go and rewatch it again. Even if it takes you 2 days to watch it, go and rewatch it. They are full packed with information. Follow all the autopiloted platform where Chukwu Okike is decimating information. Follow them and share their videos. Don't keep information to yourself. Information is key. Information is power. Everything you hear, pass it to the next person. They gave us the blockade in the past. Today, they cannot give us any blockade. Not in the sea, not in the media, not anywhere. They can't. That is why the state that we are now, this war that they want to bring, it cannot be like the last one. It cannot last for 3 years. It can't even last for a year. It is going to end as fast as possible. And the Biafrans, we are ready. We are ready. All you got to do as a Biafran is to be awake and give your support to the ESN. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. The link for you to support ESN is there. Your widow's mite is needed. These are volunteers, volunteer force. People have already volunteered themselves to die for you and I, for us to have our land. People are on the ground. We have more than enough men on the ground who are willing to fight and die because of you and I, for us to have a life. The only thing they need from you and I is equipment. You're not paying them. Nobody is paying them. Volunteers. All they need is equipment. We give them the equipment for them to give the defense. You can't go for self-defense with your empty hand. When we are talking about self-defense, you can't go for self-defense with empty hand. You cannot go for self-defense and begin to face somebody who is with AK-47. You face him with double barrel and you say you're going for self-defense. You're not going for self-defense. You're going for suicide mission. You cannot go and face somebody who is with a machine gun with double barrel. It is a suicide mission. You have to go to the enemy with the same equal measure they are coming to you. The same equal measure. That is how to activate self-defense. The same force that the person is using to come to you, you will use that same force to defend yourself. That is self-defense. And that is where Biafrans are. It is not a crime for you to defend yourself. It is so sad. It will be the saddest thing for us to see another Asaba massacre. It will be the most painful thing. After everything we have said and preached, after everything that Mazin Nankara have preached, after all the awakening, after all the crying and shouting, if we experience another Asaba massacre, it will be a very painful thing. Every Biafra have to put their hand on the neck. Every Biafra have to wake up, stand up, put every hand have to be on the deck. Everybody, we have to be united and fight this once and for all. Remember, denying your identity cannot save you. Remember, the more you deny your identity, the more they take you out. Just have it at the back of your mind. Any single day you open your mouth to deny Biafra, that day you have signed your death warrant in the hand of the caliphate. That is why I pity all of them who are shouting. One Nigeria, they are shouting. Obedient, they are shouting. The stage is ripe already. The stage is ripe. And they know the zoo. They are willing to commit genocide as many times as possible. They just did it yesterday again. Just yesterday, they did another one again in Biafra land. I think in Delta State, where EFCC opened fire for protesters and people lost their life. They did, you saw the one they did in Lekki Gate. They are willing to commit genocide at any given time. And those who fall guilty, those who always fall victim, are mostly those of people who are shouting one Nigeria. Those who said, I'm not a Biafra, I'm not Oduduwa, I don't have anything to do with Oduduwa, I don't have anything to do with the Biafra, I'm not Middle Belton, I'm a one Nigeria, I love one Nigeria. Anytime you make that statement, you are signing your death warrant and they will come after you. Because the One Nigeria project is for only the Fulanese and the British. The company called Nigeria is owned by British and they still own it till tomorrow. And the caretaker of the company is the Fulanese. So you are not part of the project. Anytime you claim to be part of the project, you become a threat. Anytime you claim to be part of the project, you become a threat and they will take you out. They will. Oh yes, they will. They will take you out. Because you're not part of the project. The project Nigeria is British and the Fulanis, and nobody else. That is why every indigenous tribe in that Zoological Republic have become an endangered species. Mainly the Biafran people, because they are the mouthpiece that speaks loud. We have all become endangered species in the Zoological Republic. Every indigenous tribe, they are all endangered species in the Zoological Republic. You see why you must wake up. The Biafrans are talking, speaking up, not because they are the only one suffering, not because they are the only one who is, not because they are own challenges. The Biafrans, even in the all difficult time, in the most difficult time, Biafrans are surviving. For us, Biafra, we are in the most difficult time, we have grown a thick skin that nothing stops us. Our skin has become so thick that nothing moves us. It doesn't matter what anybody does. If you talk about a tribe that can survive every circumstance, even today, if you make the Zoological Republic hell, if you make it hell, assuming you make it hell and we say to be there, the Biafrans will be the only people to survive. We have seen it all. We have passed through it all. The freedom we are fighting today, it's going to be infectious. It is a freedom that is going to liberate every indigenous tribe. Our Oduduwa brothers will be free. The Middle Belt will be free. Including the Hausas, they will have their freedom. That is where Biafra is headed. And we are not waiting for anybody. We are not begging for anybody. It's an activated fully. 2023, Biafra will be declared. Take it or leave it. Some of you who are asking about the roadmap, our spokesperson, Man Simon Ekpa, have told you the roadmap. Our spokesperson, Man Simon Ekpa, have opened the roadmap for you since you want to know the roadmap. All you got to do is to make sure that election doesn't hold in Biafra land. If we can be able to hold that, which is most, and we will, after making sure we stop the election in Biafra land, they can never have any legitimate president in Nigeria. And they'll be bound to come and conduct referendum. And if they refuse to come conduct referendum and they come by force, so be it. We'll take it from there. And that marks the beginning of Biafra. Don't be afraid of anything. There's nothing to be afraid of. We are going home. We are going home. And the time is now. We cannot hand over this struggle to our unborn children. We cannot transfer this struggle to another generation. This generation will end it. We will end that killing. That intimidation, that dehumanization that has started since 1945 up to date, we are going to stop it in this generation. In 2023, it will come to an end. Once and for all. And you will not hear it again. Not because we said it, because Chukwu Okabion have said it. Because Chukwu Okabion have pronounced it. Because Chukwu Okabion have made it that it will come. That is why we are there. And it's going to come. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or what anybody is saying. Biafra will come. Mazen Nanakano told you, it's going to be the last miracle on the planet Earth. And the enemies know that it's coming. That is why they are fighting on different fronts. The enemies, they know very, very well that it's coming. They know that it's coming. Even so certain things that Biafrans have not seen, the enemy know. That is why the British themselves, they know. They know that the time has come. The British know that the time has come for Biafrans to go home. That they can't stop it anymore. The Fulanis know that they are going. That is why they prepare themselves for war. They are coming for war. Because they know that the Biafrans are going. That is why they have stolen all the treasury in the Zoological Republic. They know that Biafrans are going. They know that as lazy as they are, they know that Biafra is good. That is why in their government, they have stolen every single thing they have in that Zoological Republic. Nigeria today cannot even pay its workers. They have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. They can't pay work. Now what they are doing is that the crude, they sell the crude oil and they put it in their pockets. They sell crude and they put it in their pocket and nobody asks any question. They know that Biafras are going, so they are trying to steal, take everything, the thing that will last them for the next 100 years. Who cares? We don't care about the oil. All we want is our freedom. Our brain can give us what we want. There is nothing that can give you more than service. The service we have in our brain to render to the world can make us rich in a twinkle of an eye. The service Biafrans have in their head to render to the world will make us rich in a twinkle of, not what is oil? Oil what? Go and check the richest country we have in the world. How many oil do they have? Some rich countries will have people, places where people bow. How many oil do they have? And they are doing very well. We are going home. Enough. Enough is enough. We have spoken enough. We have talked enough. We have cried enough. Tomorrow is sit at home. Total lockdown in Biafra land. Any part of Biafra land where you are tomorrow, please sit at home for your own sake. For your own sake. You know, as usual, when we call sit at home, the Janjaweed will come out with their weapon to come and kill the stubborn people. You know, to blame it on IPOB. Don't make yourself a sacrificial lamb. Don't make yourself a scapegoat. Tomorrow is a total lockdown of Biafra land. Total lockdown of Biafra land. Total lockdown. If you don't know what to do, stay in your home and pray for Mazin Nandekano. Mazin Nandekano will pray for every one of us 7 good times every day. Mazin Nandekano prays for Biafra 7 times every day. But you, how many times do you pray for Mazin Nandekano? Don't lie. How many times do you pray for Mazin Nandekano in a week? So many of us, since Mazin Nandekano was kidnapped, we have not knelt down to call his name or pray for him. We only remember it when we go to a broadcast. They call for prayer for Mazin Nandekano, you remember. You don't even mention him in your prayers. But this same man pray for you 7 good times every day. Let tomorrow be a solemn time for him. Pray for him. Pray for all the souls that we are lost in Biafra land. Pray for the innocent blood that are flowing in Biafra land. Enough is enough. Pray for our ESN. Pray for our men on the ground, our gallant men on the ground. Pray for them for divine protection. Pray for the gallant men, for God to protect them, secure them. Pray for victory for Biafra as we are going to the face of war. Remember what Mazin Nandekano said. As we are marching, we should march in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. As we are marching, we have to march in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, the Almighty God who liveth in heaven. If you march in the name of any other God, you are going to fail. Mazin Nandekano made it clear. If you march in the name of any other God, apart from the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, you are going to fail. You are bound to fail. If you march in the name of any idol, in the name of fighting for Biafra, you are marching for the name of idol, you will fail. You will fail woefully. Mazin Nandekano made it clear that our banner is Chukwu Okike Abiama. As we are marching, we will march in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Any place we step our foot, we shall possess it. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran that has watched this program, every hand that has shared this program and watching, every hand that has supported this program from the beginning to the end. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. Every hand that has supported this channel from the beginning of the broadcast to this moment, that is supporting on a daily basis, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. Everybody that has shared and watched, and people who are going to watch in the future, we are all going to see Biafra. We are all going to witness Biafra. We are all going to raise the flag of Biafra together with Mazin Nandekano. We will not die. Mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you and secure you. No bullet of the enemy will touch you. You are going to live and see Biafra come. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect all Biafrans all over the world, any place they are. Both those who are in one difficulties or the other, Chukwu Okike Abiama is our strength. May we all survive. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect the Ududua people. Secure them, give them more strength and more zeal to continue to fight on until the last minute. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Secure him, give him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to lead on his own path. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our men on the ground, the gallant men who are putting their life on the line for all of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide our brother Master Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra. He has taken the responsibility that Chukwu Okike Abiama placed in his hand, and he's working tirelessly to make sure that that light doesn't off. And I believe that Chukwu Okike Abiama will keep that light shining in his hand. It will never off. We will continue to pray for Master Simon Ekpa. Every attack against him will never succeed. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to give him more mental toughness, more wisdom, knowledge and understanding to continue to stand firm until the last minute. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazin Nandekano, wherever he is. Mazin Nandekano will remember you. Tomorrow we are going to pray for you once again. Nothing will happen to you. Wherever you are, Mazin Nandekano, we are with you. We are praying with you on a daily basis. There are people on their knees praying for you. And you are on a special mission. Chukwu Okike Abiama gave you rest. I call it a rest. I call it a rest. It's a difficult journey, but you have gone to that journey and you're going to return alive. Nobody can tamper with your life. You are going to join us sooner than later. You are going to join us very, very soon. And regards to your health, the doctors of Chukwuka are already at work. Chukwuka is already discharging spiritual doctors to minister to Mazen Nandekano. Nothing will happen to him. No enemy can tamper with his life. No amount of poison can affect him. No amount of weapon will affect him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every one of you who have been patient from the beginning of this broadcast up to this minute. I say, may Chukwuka guide and protect you, prosper you, and secure you. Tomorrow we will continue again, same time tomorrow, 5 p.m. Biafran time. Join me, tell your friends, share the video to all platforms, like and share to family and friends. 5 p.m. every day. By the special grace of Chukwuka, I will make sure I come online 5 p.m. Biafra time every day to talk to my fellow Biafran, to encourage every one of us. A time will come when I will open up a line or open up a link that people can be able to come and make their contribution. Thank you so much for joining and for all your patience and for all your support. May Chukwuka be with each and every one of you. Thank you and stay blessed. I will see you again tomorrow in the name of Chukwuka. Bye-bye.